What's good, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the channel. So this will be my end of the year 2024 gun collection. I am a little bit behind. I was waiting for one of my slides to come in for one of my firearms, and it just came in earlier in the week. I wanted to make sure I had everything available when making this video. Also, small update for 2025. I do have a few projects coming up as far as AR builds. I'm going to be doing about 4 of them. It's going to be like a low tier, mid tier, low mid tier, and like high end tier. So if you're interested in that, stick around, subscribe, like, drop a comment if you have any suggestions for any upcoming builds, or if you have any questions just in general about any of the firearms I'm about to show. Also, I'm going to try to keep this to a minimum and not get into too much detail, because I do have a good amount of firearms that I'm going to be going over. So let's just jump straight into it. First up, we have my Glock 23 Gen 4. This is chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. This is actually my main EDC, what I'm usually carrying every day. So it does have something in the magazine, nothing's in the chamber. So Glock 23 Gen 4, again chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. This one is the gray frame. I'm rocking the M-Force Wild 1. I'm not 100 certain, but I believe it's like a 400 lumen light. I have the tungsten slide up here. Also had some front serrations cut on the slide to match the rear right there. I do have a Mariglow suppressor height sights along with the Holosun 508T. It does give it like a lower 1/3 witness, and this one is the red dot, not the green dot. I also have the Train with Purpose trigger shoe. It's just the trigger shoe. The internals are all stock Glock internals. I didn't do anything with that. Got the Magpul Magwell, and also the Train with Purpose magazine base plate. Doesn't add any extra rounds or anything like that, but it does help assist if you have to rip this magazine out for any reason. And also, this is, like I said, the Gen 4. So like everybody and their cat deletes these finger grooves. I do like them, so I leave them on all my Gen 4s. If you don't like finger grooves, they do have the Gen 5s, which don't have the finger grooves on them. Here you go, another quick look. Next up, we have, I'm gonna go, this one is actually another one of my carry guns right here. This is the SIG P365 XL. This one is a 9mm, so I do switch between the 40 and the 9. This one is more of a subcompact. I would call this a subcompact. It's fairly small. It's like less than an inch thick, but it does hold 12+1 with the flat base magazine, and it also comes with the 15+1 right here. So this is like a really small package, and it's freaking amazing how much it can hold for such a slim firearm. And it shoots pretty good too. When I'm at the range, I usually shoot anywhere from like 7 to 10 yards, and with 7 to 10 yards, I have no problem hitting the center of my target with this thing. And it shoots pretty flat as well. The way I shoot, it does get a little uncomfortable because I usually have my thumb pretty high up, so I had to kind of train myself to put my thumb down. Sometimes I have my thumb up here and it kind of rub against the slide, which irritates after a while. Has a fairly decent trigger in here. Got your little take up right there. Brakes. Reset. Right. Nice little firearm. I usually carry this, if I'm carrying it, it's usually in the summer when I'm wearing shorts or sweatpants. And when I do carry this, is with sweats or shorts, I carry it with a Hunter Constantine belt in Mike's LLOD holster. I'm not sure if he's still making holsters or not, but this was one of the holsters I got for this firearm right here. Pretty nice. It does have that single clip design right there. All right, so next up we I guess right here we'll go with this one. This is my Smith & Wesson SD9VE. This is pretty much like a budget-friendly firearm. You get a lot of value with this firearm right here. Shoots pretty well. So you got your pick rail right here. Got your front serrations, your rear serrations. These sights are 3-dot white sights. I'm not sure. I think these sights are plastic as well. Hold 16+1. It has this little memory pad right here. This gun shoots fairly nice. Also, I do have a, I did put like a steel guide rod inside there. That's the only thing I did to this firearm. The trigger, I left it the same. The only bad thing I don't really like about this gun is the trigger. It's a very heavy trigger. You got your take up right there. And a lot of creep before it breaks, and it's a really heavy break. Got your reset, and again, heavy break. So, I mean, you can bring this to the range. You can shoot it for what it is. It works fine. It's made for a self-defense firearm. I mean, the trigger, it works for what it is. But you can, for $60, you can upgrade that trigger to a Apex Tactical trigger, I believe it's called. I didn't do that, but nice firearm. All right, next up we have, guess we'll just go with this one. This is XDS. This one is chambered in 45 ACP. This is one of the original XDS made by Springfield. So this one, it does come with, this one is the extended magazine right here. I think it holds 6. The flat magazine holds 5. I don't have that available, but this one is a nice gun for 45 ACP, small package. It does have the front fiber optic and your rear night sights. This gun actually shoots pretty good for being so small and compact, and shoots 45. You can control this firearm pretty well. The only thing I really don't like about this gun, it's the trigger is not that great. It feels a little gritty. You do have your take up, and then your break. But this gun is pretty much outdated. There's a lot of other firearms out now that can outperform this. Forgot to mention, it does have that little grip safety as well. But yeah, man, Springfield XDS 45. Pretty much the reason why I got this firearm, man. It's I just love the way it looks. It's very nice looking firearm. All right, so next up we have this one is the Beretta PX4 Storm. This one is chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. This right here was actually my first pistol that I bought, and first pistol that I carried. Not this one in particular. This one is the 40. When I started carrying, it was actually the 9. I had the 9mm, which I sold. I don't have that anymore. But this was the first firearm I carried. I didn't really do much research when I bought my first gun. I just I did a little bit of research, but I pretty much bought it because I thought this gun just looks phenomenal, and I love the way this gun looks. So again, this one is 40 Smith & Wesson. So it comes with steel magazine, 14+1. Got your little 1-slot rail for any accessories. This one has a 3-dot white sight. It's a safety decocker on here. It is double action, single action. It takes down kind of just like a Glock. Got your hammer, like I said, safety decocker here. Push it back up. And then when I did carry this, when I had it in 9mm, I did convert the safety decocker to a G model. So it was I converted it to like a decocker only, because I didn't want to accidentally leave this down. You know, if I needed to use it. But yeah, man, this shoots very well. One thing I did forget to mention, it uses that like rotating barrel mechanism. So the barrel kind of rotates, and it actually helps a lot with recoil reduction. And that's another reason why I picked up this firearm as my first. I just didn't carry it too much because it was a little bit heavy and it was a little bit bigger, so I actually traded it in for a Smith & Wesson M&P Compact, the Gen 1 version in 40, which I got rid of that also. Another thing I don't like about this firearm, I don't know, maybe it's just mine. Well, that time it dropped free, but most of the time this magazine sticks. Oh no, it's there you go. All right, so next up we have, I guess we'll just go with this one. This is my SIG P320. I didn't really shoot this one that much. And this one is pretty much stock. I didn't do anything to this besides change out that trigger. So this one is 15, 15 plus 1. This one is the compact version, the compact grip. You can get a full size grip or I think the carrier grip. The good thing about this with the SIG P320, you can change the frame out because the serialized part is that fire control group. I do have the what's this Olight Valkyrie PL Mini on here. I think this is like a 200 lumen light as well, and it just like quick detach. I don't know if I said it right. 3-dot white sides for rear, front, rear serrations. This one is the non-MOS version, which I do like. I prefer the non-MOS because I do like to get my slide directly milled if I wanted to. Like I said, the only thing I did with this was change out that trigger. This is an Agency Arms trigger. It doesn't change like the trigger pull weight or anything like that. It just kind of add that little extra safety, because I know in the when these first came out, I think they had like some drop safe issues, so that just kind of adds this little another safety precaution for some peace of mind. So you got your take up, break, and it's actually a pretty nice trigger. And it shoots pretty nice as well, given like the high bore access on this firearm. So I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm just show one of my long guns. So this is a Remington 870 TAC 14. So I never actually even shot this. I just picked this up because it was I got it for like insanely cheap. So it does have that bird eyes grip. Got the little safety right there. This one does have like that orange follower inside. I don't know if you can see it, but it does have that orange follower. Comes with a Magpul furniture, and for the sights, it's just that little bead up there, 12 gauge. Yeah, I didn't shoot this when I got it because at the time, the range I go to, they didn't want me shooting this, so I just never shot it. Again, I just kind of bought this because just have like a shotgun, and also I got it for insanely cheap. So there's that. Next up, just kind of randomly over here, I have this is like a 1911, 2011 style. So this one is Livery Armory Apollo 11. It is a double stack like 1911. This one holds 20 plus 1. This is actually my Springfield Prodigy magazine right here. You have your rear serration, your front serration. You got that bull barrel right there. Stainless steel. What else? I don't really know too much about 1911s or 2011s, to be honest with you. Got your slide release here. It does have your blacked out serrated rears and the little front night sights right there, skeletonized trigger. This grip is actually 3D printed, but and I was a little concerned about that at first, but the grip actually, it's pretty durable, and it actually feels pretty nice. Trigger for I don't know how 1911 triggers are supposed to feel, but this feels amazing. You got that really short travel right there, and then it just breaks. Reset and break again. The only problem I have with this firearm was with the magazine that it came with. I would get like a trigger lock up every time. I can't pull the trigger without putting an insanely amount of force to make this gun go off. The only thing it would seem to work with is this Springfield Prodigy 20 round magazine, With this magazine, I put about 500 rounds through it, no problem. But only with this Springfield magazine, or this 20 round right here. With the original magazine, I couldn't get it to work properly, but which kind of sucks. All right. Next up, we have this is my Smith & Wesson M&P 9 2.0. This was actually one of my carry guns also. So, but when I carried it, it was not in this configuration. When I carried it, actually it was in this configuration. The only thing I didn't have was this Timney Alpha trigger inside here. When I carried it, I had the stock M&P trigger inside here, and yeah, I did have the red dot in there. But yeah, that was the only thing I changed, was this Timney Alpha trigger. It's a very light trigger, 3 pound. It's like a 3 pound trigger. Got your little take up right there. Just double check. Brakes. I wouldn't carry it with this trigger in here just because it's so light. It is meant for like competition. I do have there's like a triangles pattern Cerakote on here. I forget what kind of sights these are, who make them, but they are like optic height sights with your Holosun 508T. Again, I love the Holosun 508T. They're my go-to optic. I put this on most of my firearms. You have the little grip tape right there. Again, Inforce Wild 1. I love this flashlight. I know Inforce is not that much of a popular flashlight, but it's actually my favorite light. And usually I carry it with, when I did carry it, again, it was in a Mike's LLOD holster. I carried it with the flat base plate, the flush one, and then I kept this one on the side. This one is a +4. I believe it's a Safari Precision or Springer Precision. One of those, I forget. It looks very nice in the firearm, I think. There you go. Yep. And the gun that I replaced this with was actually right here, my Glock 19 Gen 4. This is what replaced my M&P 9 2.0. I replaced it with this Glock here. Again, when I carried it, it was not in this configuration. When I carried it, it was pretty much, it kind of mimicked my Glock 23 setup. And I did not have this trigger inside here when I carried it. It was the, I just had the Glock stock trigger inside there. I stopped carrying it because I got the Radian Ramjet and Afterburner inside there. And, I kind of didn't want to mess with the reliability when I carried it. So that's why I stopped. But yeah, for this setup, I do have the Radian Ramjet Afterburner combo. So that's pretty much just the barrel with this screw-on compensator. And I did left this still has the original Glock spring inside there. I didn't change it with a lighter spring or anything like that. Originally when I had this, I thought I had some problems with the Radian Ramjet and failure to eject. But I'm not sure if, honestly now, I'm not sure if it was me, how I shoot the gun, or if it was something with the Radian Ramjet itself, because I probably put about 3,000 rounds to this gun at this point, and those issues have stopped. So I don't know if I had to break it in, but what was happening before, I was getting failure to feed, failure to eject. But then I noticed every time that happened, I had my thumb slightly touching the slide. So I don't know if it was slowing down. And once I took note of that, I kind of put my thumb down and I stopped having that issue. So I'm not sure if it was something I was doing, but it seems to work fine now. But I'm just going to quickly go through this setup. Holosun PID. This light's actually pretty heavy. I believe it's a 1000 lumen light. Again, not 100 about that. I do have the Magpul Magwell, again, Gen 4 with the finger grooves. I have the Timney Alpha trigger inside here. I don't really love this trigger. Again, it's a competition trigger, but it's very light as well. But got your wall right there, and then the brakes, reset. Brake. It's just, this trigger just doesn't feel that smooth. I think there's better triggers out there. But yep, this is my Glock 19, and this is the +4 Taran Tactical magazine extension. So quick look at that. pretty much this is just a range toy now. I just bring it to a range and have a little bit of fun with it. And I forgot to show you also with my my carry gun, or maybe I did, I don't remember. I'm going to show you again real quick. This is what it looks like with that +4 Taran Tactical as well. I carry this in the sidecar style holster as a backup. All right, next up, I'm going to switch it up again, go through another one of my long guns. This was actually my first AR right here, and I kind of built this myself from scratch. Pretty much when I built this, I kind of used most of the cheapest parts I can find. So it was my first build. I was just getting into ARs. So I have an Anderson lower here. This is like a Frankenstein build. Got your Palmetto State Armory upper. And the lower, I forget what part kits I put inside there. Probably a Palmetto State Armory as well. I do have a Strike Industries charging handle here. So Strike Industries charging handle, Alpha Shooting Sport, boat carrier group. I don't know what kind of barrel this is. I really don't remember what barrel and gas block this was. Got your Magpul furniture. And this one, I believe this is some Strike Industry compensator as well. I built, like I said, I built this a long time ago. I don't really remember much about it, but I might be giving this one to my nephew because he said he wanted it, so I'll give that to him. So speaking of my nephew, we'll go to my next firearm. So this is my Beretta 92X Centurion. I was going to give this one to my nephew as well, but my other nephew, for his birthday, he just never picked it up. But I might not give it to him. I'm not sure because he did borrow my PS5 and never gave it back. So I'm not sure if he just wants to keep the PS5 for his birthday or if he still wants this firearm. I don't know. We'll see. I'll ask him the next time I see him. But this does have the slide. I'm sorry, the frame is metal. Got your pick rail right here, which is nice. Front serration, rear serration. Got the open style slide right there. This one is optic ready. I believe they call that like the RDO. I'm not 100% about that. Does have your serrated blacked out rears with your front. It's just like a red paint. Double action, single action. Safe, actually not safety. Decocker right here. So you go like that. Decocks. We are clear. So you got your double action right here. Pretty long double action pull. And it has a really nice reset and trigger pull right there. And I did safety check each and every one of these firearms before I even started the video. Just to let you guys know. But I will be doing like safety checks as I go through the firearm as well. So yep, this is a nice shooter. Holds 15 plus 1. Yep. Nice. What else? I think that's it. Next up, we have, go to one of my HKs, I guess. So this is my HK. Which one is this? This is the P30L right here. So L is the long slide. I pretty much got this gun because John Wick. So I thought this gun looks amazing, and it was in John Wick, so that's why I wanted to get it. But it shoots pretty nice as well. Like I said, the L is for the long slide, so it has a longer slide. You do have your like a full rail right here. This one comes with 17 plus 1. Has a very nice ergonomic grip with the finger grooves again, which I do like. This one has the decocker in the back. It's a little like tab right here. You just pull that and it decocks. This one does have your 3-dot night sights with serrated rear as well. Double action, single action. It has a really heavy double action trigger pull, so that's double action right here. And you got got your single action. Very nice single action. And I think HK I believe they just came out with a new firearm. It's a Striker Fire, kind of like the VP9 series, but I think it's called like the VP9. Like they have K and FC series, K for like the compact one, F for the full size one. So this is more like well, this is a Striker Fire version, so this is, you know, not even that same line, but I'm getting ahead of myself. There you go. I think the next HK I'm actually gonna get is probably gonna be the SP5K. Very nice firearm. I always wanted one of those, but I probably won't get one until, what, I got like 400, around 400 plus subscribers right now. I probably won't get one until I get like 3,500 subscribers. So for every subscriber I get, I'll probably put $1 to the side, and then until I get enough for that, you know, the MP5K. So, yep, HK P30L, chamber 9mm. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but that is a 9mm. Next up, what's this? So we got my only FN and my only 22 LR as well. So this I pretty much got because my son always wanted to go shooting with me. Every time I went to the range, he would ask to go. But the range, I think they said he had to be like 14. So I never took him, but then they said if I was his dad, I can bring him along. I'm responsible, he's responsible. They said that's fine. So I purchased this, and after I purchased it, he kind of never showed interest, so I never actually took him. But I did shoot this firearm. I put about probably only like 200 rounds through it, but with the whole 200 rounds, I never had any issues. I know some people with like 22, they have like some failure to feed, jamming issues and stuff like that. I haven't had any issues, but I only put one type of ammo through this, which was the CCI, I think mini mags they call them. I forget what the grainage was, but I didn't have any problems with that. So quick safety check. This is a 22, so I'm not going to dry fire. 15 plus 1 has your plastic trigger. This one comes, this is the tactical version, by the way. Comes with a threaded barrel. Suppressor height sights, it is optic ready as well. Got your hammer, got your safety here. Slide lock, slide release. Yep, it's a pretty nice firearm actually. It's like I said, this is my only FN on with the burnt bronze right here, FDE. I think this actually looks pretty nice. Now while we're on that burnt bronze, we'll just go with this next. This is my Glock 19X. This was what I was waiting for, the slide to come in. That's supposed to be like a burnt bronze Cerakote, by the way, but I don't know. It looks a little bit dark to me. So I do have with this, I'm rocking the Surefire. What's this? X300 Turbo. This one is the screwed version. I do have the Radiant Ramjet combo in here. Got your stock Glock recoil spring still. I haven't shot this yet. Well, I did shoot it before I sent it out. I put a bunch of rounds through it with a bunch of different type of ammo, and I just wanted to make sure it ran perfectly before I send it in. Like I said, I put a bunch of different type of ammo, different grainage and stuff like that. Self-defense, full metal jacket, stuff like that, and it ate everything up as expected. I wasn't expecting any failures, but just going over this one real quick. Again, I have that Holosun 50 HT, which I do like. Again, my favorite optic. I have, I believe these are these Ameriglow? No, these might be, night vision night sights. So these are like the optic height, and they give it like a lower 1/3 witness. Again, I got that Train with Purpose trigger shoe, all stock lock internals. Got your SLR magwell right here. I'm sorry, this is the SLR magwell, SLR magazine extension. But yeah, I'm gonna show you what it looks like with the stock lock magazine right there. I don't have the flush one on me. It's in my my range bag right now, but this is what it looks like. Again, I got that slide cut out with some serrations in the front to match the rear. Now, one thing, when I did send this slide out, I sent the night sights in with them as well, and they said they were gonna install it for me if I send them in. So I was like, oh cool, I sent it in, but they didn't give me back my original sights that came with this firearm, which kind of sucked because this Glock 19 actually came with from factory steel night sights. They weren't the plastic one. They didn't return that back to me, so I don't know if that's something that they usually do to just get rid of your old sights. I'm not sure. I thought they would have sent it back, like I said, which kind of sucks because they were the steel night sights from the factory. But again, just the trigger shoe. It doesn't change the trigger pull weight or anything like that, but I do like the way this trigger feel. I actually have no problem with Glock triggers. I just don't like the trigger shoe itself. This one, pretty nice. Like I said, I haven't shot it yet. I gotta take it out to the range, make sure after the slide cut it still functions properly. But I don't see it being a problem. But I'll let you know once I go to the range and shoot this. I'll report back with any updates I have. Gonna switch it up again to another one of my long guns. This one is my AR pistol right here. So Chamberlain 5.53 .226. This one's a little bit older style as well. I built this a little while back. I have you can tell it's still got the key mod rail in there, which I really have no problem with the key mod rail. A little outdated, but don't really have a problem. This is pretty much the setup that is gonna configuration is gonna stay in. I'm not gonna change anything. I do have Magpul grip. This is I think Joe Bob's Outfitter upper and lower. It is a billet. I have your Troy Industry pop-up. Got your pop-up iron backups. So, and then I have a Hollow Sun. I forget what model this is. It's like a 512 or like 510 Hollow Sun. I have, again, Enforce weapon light. I do like Enforce. It has little like lock switch right here if you don't want to accidentally actuate that light or accidentally press it. You can pop this thing up. Just a little pressure right there. This one has what I got in here: Radian Ramjet. I'm sorry, Radian Raptor charging handle. Oh, my brace. This is a, what is this? HB PDW brace, I believe it's called. I forget, but I think that's what it's called. SB PDW brace, something like that. I forget. But yep, it's a nice firearm. I believe this is I think it's like a 12-inch. I forget. Oh, up front I do have the what's this CAC compensator. I forget. Like I said, this is one of my older ones. I forget what's in there. I do have this Strike Industry forward assist inside there. Actually, this forward assist for this, it doesn't even work. Like you can see that's kind of in the rear. You press it, it doesn't do anything. So, but again, I have the Alpha Shooting Sports bolt carrier group inside there, and it actually works very well. I've never had any problems with this Alpha Shooting Sport bolt carrier group. So there's that. Next up, I guess my Glock 19 Gen 5 right here. This one do have Ameriglow night sights on there. Got the goon tape. Oops, accidentally turned that on. Again, Enforce Wild One light. This is your this is actually the Gen 4 magazine. I don't like the Gen 5s. The Gen 5 have like a little elongated lip on there, which I do not like at all. Gen 5, it comes with a different finish on there. Actually, it's like a more sleek, shinier finish. The Gen 5 does come with the front serrations, or at least the second iteration of it does. The earlier release, I believe it didn't have the front serrations on there. Got your rear serrations. And the trigger on the Gen 5 actually seems a little bit smoother than your Gen 4 triggers. But like I said, I don't really have a problem with Glock stock triggers. If anything, I'll probably try the I think it was Glock Performance trigger they call it. I might try that and just change out the trigger shoe after putting that in. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, I think that's it for this. I didn't do much to this. I don't shoot this one too often either. I usually shoot my other Glocks a little bit more than this one. Let me see what we got next. Next up, let's do one of my CZs. So this is my CZ P10C right here. This is the first release of the CZs that came out. This one is fully ambi. It's a nice setup. I actually used to carry this as well. Again, not in this configuration. It was, when I did carry this, I did not have the red dot on here. And the sights were just the stock CZ sights. When I stopped carrying it, that's when I put the red dot inside there with the, this one does have the irons in front of the red dot, and it is blacked out. I love this gun. Shoots very nice. A lot of value for your money. Great out the box trigger. Like I said, fully ambi as well. This one Enforce Wild 1. I don't know if I said that earlier. Got your little goon tape on there. So right here, really nice trigger. No need to change this trigger out at all unless you don't really like how that trigger shoe feels really. But got your take up. Really smooth take up. And then it just breaks. Reset, short reset, and breaks really nice. This to me is the perfect trigger. I think this is probably the best out the box trigger that I have. So speaking of the good out the box trigger, let's go with where is it? Do I even have it here? Oh yeah, I do. It's my VP9 HK. So again, this one actually this one came with the 15+1 magazine. This is 15. When they first came out, I don't know why, but HK decided to make the magazines 15 rounds when really it can hold 17, but I think they said it was for reliability reasons. But they did come out with the 17 round magazine, and it does work with this because I swapped out my P30L magazine, put it in here, and it works just fine. But again, HK VP9, this is pretty much the Striker Fire version of the HK P30. You do have your rails right there for lights, lasers, accessories, whatever you want to put on there. Front serration, rear serrations. It does have this little cocking ears on there, which actually works pretty nice for if you're a little bit weak-handed. So they actually assist with racking that slide pretty well. This one is fully ambi. Has your ambi slide catch, slide release right there. The only thing that's not ambi is this is the takedown. It has your German style paddle ambi magazine release. Again, really nice ergonomic trigger, and it does come I think the P30L as well. It comes with the side straps, the back straps, so you can customize this to fit your hand really nice. This one, I believe it came with just luminescent sights, I believe. I did swap this out for night vision night sights, so it does have your night sights front and rear. I believe this is what, yellow? Yep, yellow night sights with the blackout circle. This one, another firearm that has a really nice trigger. I don't like this trigger as much as I do my CZ P10C, but you do have some take up right there, and again, just breaks. Very nice trigger, very nice shooting firearm as well. So I do like to shoot this one right here. All right, so next up, actually, we have another one, CZ P10C. It's just such a good firearm. I had to get two of them. This one has a TLR 1HL 1000. I believe this is a 1000 lumen light. And real quick, like the lights you see in my firearms, they might not stay on there. I do swap them out from different firearm to other firearms. The only one that stays on there is my carry gun. My carry gun, I don't really swap the lights out. Everything on my carry gun usually stay as is. I don't mess with it. Besides taking it out to the range and shooting it, I shoot my carry gun, mostly my Glock 23. Every time I go to the range, I'll shoot at least 2 magazines out of it just to make sure it functions. I don't shoot my carry ammo because they're expensive. I do when I just shoot regular FMJs. I do train with it just to make sure, you know, it's my carry firearm. I want to make sure it works. But again, CZ P10C. This one is the second run of the CZ P10Cs. Again, this one does not have the it's not optic ready. They do have the optics ready version. I didn't want to get that one. I specifically wanted to get this because it did not have the optic cut in there, because I do like to get it directly milled. So this one, the only thing they changed from the original one that came out was the magazines. They did change the magazines, and they added like a little extra notch right there, and it's no longer ambidextrous, fully ambidextrous. The magazine, I know the first one, being an ambidextrous magazine release, it was really stiff and hard to eject the magazine with a full magazine, which I don't know why you would want to do, but after you shoot it a while, it actually loosens up. I know my other CZ, it loosened up quite a bit, but again, this one 15+1. I have the goon tape on here because it does come really aggressive grip. Got your memory pad right there, front and rear serrations, just like the other one. This one, I still have the original luminescent sights on here, so they do light up with a charge of light. So I believe this one, you can't interchange the magazine. Like I know this magazine you can use it with the old one, but you can't use the old one with the new one. Actually, let's try that out real quick. So this is the original magazine. It doesn't stay in there, but this one right here, you got the newer magazine, works just fine. Old magazine works just fine. So the new firearm, you can't use the old magazines with them. So again, CZ P10C. I'm not going to really talk about this one much anymore since I already talked about my other CZ P10. So next up we have what we got. Let's go with another one of my long guns, and just to switch it up again. What's this? The CZ Scorpion 3 Plus, I believe this is what it's called. CZ Scorpion 3 Plus, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't really shoot this one much either. I just bring it, you know, out when I'm taking someone to the range. They want to shoot something that looks something a little bit out of the ordinary. I'll bring this right here. I think this one is a 5-inch barrel. Have your mag pull. What's this, like a hand stop, finger stop, whatever you want to call it. It does. This is not a suppressor. It's actually the barrel. It's just made to look like a suppressor. I did put this HB Industry folding brace on there just to make it a little bit more compact. I don't really like this grip. It's a funky grip, and also I don't like this safety. It's actually really hard to actuate and just awkward to get to. I believe this, it comes with, I believe this is like 20 round magazine. It came with like 2 or 3 of these. I don't remember. And also right here, this is the magazine release right here. And they do have something down here, which I think this setup is a little weird. This isn't a magazine release, you would think, but it's not. This is actually a magazine release. What this is if you have that lock to the back and it goes down, you have to remove this magazine and kind of hit that, and then it'll go back into action. This is pretty cool because you got the little you can do the little HK slap with it, which is pretty nice. It does come with these sights installed on there, but they are pretty crap. It doesn't work too well. I don't really like them. I probably, if anything, change the sights out, put an optic on here or something. But like I said, I don't really shoot this too much to care about putting any of that stuff on there. but it is a nice nice firearm, nice PCC. So let's put that one away. So I guess next up we'll just do my this is my Springfield Prodigy right here. This one is the 5-inch model. So this was actually my first 1911/2011 firearm. It is this one was the Springfield Prodigy DS. I believe the DS stand for double stack. I'm not 100% sure or 100 certain, but that's what I think it's called, since they can't name this a 2011 because that's been trademarked by Staccato. This one I do have, what is this, the mod light on here? I believe that's a 1,000 lumen light as well, like, and not 100. It could be less than 1,000, probably 650 or something like that, not sure. This is a pretty nice firearm, nice shooting. It's pretty heavy though. I would never carry this. It's really heavy, too heavy for me to carry. It does have that bull barrel, front serration, rear serrations, stainless steel barrel as well. This one I have the 17 rounds. Another thing with this gun, like I said, the Live Free Armory magazine don't work with its original gun, but the Live Free Armory magazine does work with this Springfield Prodigy with no problems. I've had no issues with this gun at all. I know some people, it's kind of like you know, it's like hit or miss. Some people had problems with it, some people didn't. I fortunately did not have any problems shooting this gun, no jams or anything like that. It's been pretty reliable. I didn't shoot it too much. I think I probably have like 500 to 700 rounds on this thing. Not too much rounds through it, but has a very nice trigger. Again, I don't really know too much about 1911s, or if there's other 1911s with nicer triggers out there. I'm sure there is, but has a really short take up and it just breaks. Again, I guess 1911 triggers, maybe they're just all made nice. I don't know. I don't have much experience with 1911s, but this one does have serrated rears. Got your little front fiber optic. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but it is red dot ready. But I think as far as, I forget what red dot is for, but if you wanted to put like something else on it, Trijicon MRO or Holosun 580 or whatnot, you do have to get a plate, a little extra plate for that. Traditional grip safety right there. Now, if I would have went back, I probably wouldn't have bought this one. I probably would have got the 4 1/4 inch. I think that one is a little bit lighter, looks a little bit better. But I know now, I think Springfield, I think they just came out with another new one. It's like a 1911 or 20, this firearm 2011, in like a smaller package, like a 19 size package, which is pretty nice. But if I had to go back, I'd probably get the 4 1/4. I think they got a compensated version as well now. But I don't know. I don't really care too much about this firearm. It shoots nice. It's a nice firearm, but I think the 1911, 2011 is not really my my platform. Next up, we have another one of M&P 9 2.0. This one, again, 15+1. This one has the Apex Tactical trigger inside there. Very nice trigger. Short reset. Nice trigger pull. It's probably one of the best triggers aftermarket, in my opinion. I don't even know what kind of night sights these are on here. But did put some night sights on there. I did get the frame stippled. I tried to do it myself and kind of messed it up, and I had to like send it in for another company to do, because I kind of put like these borders on there, and I kind of like went a little bit too deep. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of stippled firearms. I don't really prefer it. Like you see, I did put this goon tape over it after it's been stippled, because I really don't like the way it feels. Right here, again, Inforce. Like I said, I do like Inforce. This one is their older light, which is continued. This is the Inforce, again, Wild 1. I think it's like a 200 lumen light. Again, I'm not 100 about that. Got your little steel inserts, little rear serrations right here, and you got your little, they did add these little serrations right there. I don't think they do much. Can't even really get a good purchase on it, not from the top or the bottom. It's pretty slick. But this is actually Smith & Wesson MP 2.0. Actually, one of my favorite firearms as well. Not this one in particular. I like my carry gun more. But Smith & Wesson, I do love them. Good company. Good. They make good firearms. All right, next up we have another Glock 23. It's pretty much the same setup as my other one. This one is a black frame. But this one does have, again, the Timney Alpha trigger inside here. I don't really love it because it just doesn't feel that smooth to me. Really like trigger pull, light reset. But actually this one feels a little bit better than my other one. But I do like this one more than my other one. But I will probably still take this out, and I'm gonna put the stock and Glock internals back in, and just put the training purpose trigger shoe inside here. Eventually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually rebuild this firearm. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this like my bedside gun. So pretty much same version of my carry gun, but just I'm gonna change out the light to Inforce WA 2, so a little bit longer light, and I probably will carry it with a put it by my bed with the extended magazine plate right there. But again, this one does have the Magpul Magwell, Inforce WA 2, Timney Alpha trigger. This is actually a another thing I'm gonna do to it. I have the silencer cold threaded barrel on here. Eventually, I'm gonna get this with a suppressor on there and keep it by the bed. And this will, like I said, will be my bedside gun right here, just to keep the platform the same. All right, next up we have my Glock 20 Gen 5. This was my first 10mm. Actually, no, this wasn't my first 10mm. My first 10mm was the Glock 20 Gen 4. I traded that in for the Gen 5 because I thought I would like the Gen 4 better because I do like the finger grooves. But for some reason, the Gen 4 finger grooves for the Glock 20 just didn't fit in my hand right. I guess it's just this is a little bit longer and it just doesn't fit the same. So I traded that Glock 20 in for the Gen 5. And honestly, I think I kind of got gypped for that when I traded the Gen 4, and they gave me like $300 for it, which was like nothing because I bought that thing for way more than that. And it was pretty much brand new. I shot it I only put like 100 rounds through that thing before I traded it in. But this is the Glock 20 Gen 5. Have your front serration, rear serration. This one is the MOS ready, although I probably won't put a dot in here. I left still has the little Glock plastic sights on there. I didn't change them out. Everything about this gun is stock. The reason why I bought a Glock 20 10mm was to begin with. I went camping with my family, and I was like, damn, I don't even own a 10mm. So like, I'm not gonna go camping without a 10mm. Get caught lacking in the woods, get eaten by some bears or something, you know. So I went to pick this one up right here. And next firearm, another one of my Glock. This one is actually my Glock. This is my Glock 45. It comes in this gray frame right here. I think this is the Apollo gray frame. I think they had a collab with Apollo Fire, or I don't know, I forget the name of the company, but I believe it's an Apollo Gunworks or something like that. So Glock 45 Gen 5. Well, actually, does the Glock 45 have a gen? No, the Glock 45 don't have a gen. I think Glock 45, it's kind of like, this is like a first of its kind, I guess. I don't really know. Yeah, it doesn't, no, this is actually a Gen 5. The Glock 19X is not a Gen 5, sorry. It's kind of like a mixture of a Gen 4 and Gen 5, sorry. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, G45, this is chamber 9mm, not a 45 caliber. Again, got that goon tape on there. This one has the Surefire X300 Turbo. This one just slides on and off. It's not the thumb screw one. Again, got that trim purpose trigger shoe with the Glock internals. This one still has the Glock plastic rear sights on there. What I was gonna do was, when I got my other firearm back, I was expecting them to send my factory steel Glock night sights back, and I was going to put them on this one. But unfortunately, they didn't send it back, which is a bummer. So I'm gonna have to probably get some sights for them for these right here, or I might not. I'm not gonna carry this, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna put some nice sights on here or not. I might even take that afterburner, Radiant Ramjet afterburner out and probably put it in this one instead. I'm not sure. But the Glock, this actually shoots very well. The Glock 19X shoots really flat, and this Glock 45 shoots very flat too. I think it's that long grip. You get a better grip, and that short frame, man, it just, it's actually a pretty good combo. It shoots really well. So next up, we have, let's go with this one. This is my HK 45, again, chamber in 45. Big beefy firearm. Got your safety decocker right here as well. It comes with 10 rounds. These are 10 round magazine. Pretty big firearm for 10 rounds. But then again, it does shoot 45. So got your front serration, rear serrations. I do love HK. I think they're a phenomenal company. Make really good firearms. They're just a little bit overpriced in my opinion. But yeah, man, you got your what they call it, luminescent sights here, so it does glow with charge. It's not night sights. Again, double action, single action. Not really much to say. It's HK, you know, 45. Got your very heavy trigger. And then once that goes off, got your single action and the brake. So the good thing about HK, man, they have really nice. They have heavy double action pulls, but they're single action triggers, or single action is pretty nice, I should say. So let's go with another one, HK. This is my last HK right here. This is the HK P2000 12+1. This is chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. I am a fan of the 40 Smith & Wesson, so I do have quite a few 40s, 40 caliber rounds. Yeah, man, this one, I just like the way this gun looks. It's small, compact, and again, it's HK. Has that paddle switch magazine release. And for this one, it's actually a little bit harder to actuate the magazine release because it's so small. It's much smaller than your HK 45, P30L, and VP9. This one is like more in, harder to press. But it got your one slot rail right there. You know, this one, it's not a double action, single action, so it pretty much always stay in like single action. Because you do have to cock it back, unless it's in this position. It's really heavy trigger pull. I can barely get that thing to go off. Ooh, very heavy, so not ideal. But if you're gonna have to load this, you're gonna have to rack it back anyway, put it around the chamber, and then you know, it'll be in single action because there's no like decocker or anything on this one. I believe HK has like a name for that trigger system. I just don't know what it's called. LEM trigger, I think. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But another thing about this, I don't shoot this one too often, but I should put some goon tape on here because the grip is kind of slick. Man, it's not the best grip. It does have your little pinky lip right there on the magazine. Very nice firearm. I do love it. I love HK. This P2000 HK P2000 40 Smith & Wesson. And right here, this is my last pistol. I do have the Glock 32. This one is my only 357 SIG firearm right here. Well, the nice thing about this, you can shoot 357 SIG, 40 Smith & Wesson, or 9mm. You just got to change the barrels out. Again, this pretty much mimics my other Glock 19 size firearms. This one does have the enforced APLC. This one has your blacked out tall sights. Again, running Holosun 508T. Got your Timney Alpha trigger. Again, I might take this Timney Alpha trigger out and just put the Glock internals back in and put a trim purpose trigger shoe in there. Got your Magpul Magwell. So let me show you that trigger again. Yeah, like I said, this is a competition trigger, but I don't think it's the best trigger. I think there's better triggers out there. I don't shoot this one much, just because it's 357 SIG. It is a little more expensive to shoot, and it does have a little bit of bang to it. So it's you know, you gotta really get a good purchase of this firearm controller really well. But it's a nice firearm. I like the 357 SIG round, although I don't shoot it too much. What else? I think this is my last firearm right here. It is my 300 Blackout. This is actually my only 300 Blackout. I'm gonna probably do a separate video on this, so I'm not gonna really talk about it too much. I got my light right there. What is this? I think it's flash suppressor. No, not flash suppressor. I forget what that thing's called. It slipped my mind. But yeah, man, this is my latest build, 300 Blackout. I was never really into ARs until you know, I had this for a while sitting there. I didn't finish building out. I just finished building it out, and it was actually pretty fun building. So I'm gonna start building out some more. Again, 300 Blackout. I think it's a nice round. I'm not gonna talk too much about this because I'm gonna do a separate video on it. But here you go. And yeah, I believe that's it, man. That's all my firearms. This video was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. It's like it's over an hour. I didn't want the video to go that long, but I think I had too many firearms. I might do another video, maybe just my pistols, or maybe just my Glock and then my HKs, and then I don't know, just to make the video a little shorter, because not everybody wants to watch a 1 hour long video. But you know, if you stick to the end, man, thank you. I appreciate it. You know, like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. If you have any questions, yeah, leave them in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them. Man, I'll catch you guys in the next one.